Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll start. 7 minutes late. Really sorry. So last time we had covered few sutras. Dashavarasya Trivikramashasya Tasmasuna. And we had made forms till 2.3, ending with Krishna. And two devotees sent me their homework. The rest did not. So you may please send it. और श्रीकांत प्रभु आप सुन पा रहे हैं?
यस प्रभु जी।
हाँ, आपने होमवर्क भेजा था तो बहुत अच्छा था, पर एक्चुअली वो कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्योंकि वो एक पेज पे बहुत कुछ आपने कर दिया था। वो एक पेज बहुत कंजेस्टेड था, तो अगर आप उसको थोड़ा अच्छे से करके दें।
हाँ हाँ, यस प्रभु जी, यस प्रभु।
थैंक यू। ओके, ठीक है। ओके, तो हमने यहाँ तक किया था कृष्णांत तक 2.3। आज हम आगे बढ़ेंगे और फाइल में ढूंढ रहा हूँ, फाइल कहाँ गई? ओके, दैट तो लास्ट टाइम हम बता रहे थे कि हम कुछ श्लोक चर्चा करेंगे जिसको पढ़ने से हमें सारे सूत्र समझ आएंगे। तो ये हैं वो श्लोक सारे, तो आज हम इनकी चर्चा करते हैं। तो यहाँ पर एवं सुरम ततो वृत्तिर इति विस्तर शंकया सूत्रेण एव अर्थ सिद्धि तु यथा स्यात् क्रियते तथा। तो अभी यहाँ पर जीव गोस्वामी बता रहे हैं, एक्चुअली मैं हिंदी में बोलना चाहता हूँ पर क्या होता है कि कुछ रिकॉर्डिंग बाद में इंग्लिश में सुनते हैं, तो इसलिए इंग्लिश बोलना पड़ेगा। तो जीव गोस्वामी is mentioning that the sutras in general, they have to be precise, short. Means that's why they are known as sutras. And the sutras cannot be like a paragraph, not even a full sentence, like except then some of the sutras. So for such sutras, Jiva Goswami has given vritti. Vritti means a commentary on his own sutras. So the stuff we are reading now is the vritti under the Sara Ramayor Vishnu Sarva Vishnu Padante. So Sara Ramayor, this is a sutra, and then this whole thing is a vritti. Generally, a commentator is different than the real author, but here the author is Jiva Goswami and the commentator also is Jiva Goswami. So he's describing that sutra has to be short, and if it needs to be elaborated, then vritti has to be given. But still, the vritti even cannot be too long. So, Vistara Shankaya. So, not he was like Jiva Goswami is mentioning that he's being afraid of the expansion of the book by sutras and long vrittis for each sutra. Just imagine like Jiva Goswami wrote 3,200 approx sutras, and now a long vritti for each sutra would mean a long book. So he's saying that now he will mention something which will help us understand the sutra itself just by looking at the sutra and without even looking at the vritti. Sutrene, it means by the sutra, instrument, 3.1. Krishnena Sutrena. Sutrena eva artha siddhi tu. That only by the use of sutra, the artha of the sutra will be clarified, and for that purpose, yatha syat kriyate tatha, Jiva Goswami is mentioning all these shlokas. साधनानुक्रमार्थं च नाधिकार सूच्यते अन्यथा प्रक्रिया भिन्ना मृग्येताज्ञ प्रबोधनी. It means okay, this is the translation for the first shloka. In this way, there is a sutra and then a clarification of the sutra, which is the vritti. Due to such a fear of verbosity, let's say expansion, the sutras will now be made in such a way that the meaning is conveyed by the sutra itself. And the translation for the second shloka is, and to ensure this vritti is the translation of Jiva Goswami's shlokas, vritti. This Sankshodhanika is by one of ISKCON devotee, His Grace Matsya Avatar Prabhuji. And this Amrita Tika is by one previous commentator on Harinama Amritvakaran. Like he appeared some 200-300 years ago, and he wrote a commentary like that. So second verse is, and to ensure an easy order of occasion, the sutras will not be made by adhikara, carrying forward from afar. Otherwise, one would have to search out a different work that enlightens the ignorant. So it basically means that generally if anyone has studied Panini or other grammar systems, what happens there is like there is no such a sequence of chapters of sutras. So sutra, let's say sutra 1022 will be used in sutra 302. So now to figure it out, sutra 322, and then to bring that sutra here, so it really makes a great mess. But Jiva Goswami in his work, he will be keeping everything in a system so that it doesn't create a mess for the students, because he knew that the upcoming generations they will be like qualified Kali guides, and they won't be able to jump up and down like that from sutra 2000 something something to sutra 100 and something like that. So he made it very simple and very clear. So whatever sutras he will be giving, that much only will be used, and so in a simple way we'll be moving ahead. So next shloka is, this is important. प्रांग निमित्तम तथा कार्य कार्यम पर निमित्तकम अत्र क्रमेण वक्तव्यम प्रायः सूत्रेषु सर्वतः. It means generally in every sutra of this book. So now in a sutra there can be 4 parts. What are they? Things are spoken in the order of prang nimitta, kari, karya, and paranimitta. Now what are these? We'll study. Number 1. Prang nimitta is purva nimitta, which I had mentioned earlier also. The purva nimitta, paranimitta is the paranimitta, and karya is either adesh, agam, or lop, as we had studied in Sandhi. Adesh, agam, or lop, they are the karyas, the works. And kari is the place where the karya happens. It's the place where the karya happens. We'll study it in detail. Next is, and in every sutra, things are spoken in the order of Panchami, Shashti, Prathama, and Saptami. Sometimes in a place of Paranimitta, there is a Vishaya Saptami. The Prang Nimitta takes Panchami. Just for now, take it as a theory, but next sutra onwards, we'll see how it happens. Prang Nimitta, the Purva Nimitta takes Panchami Vibhakti. So when we see a Panchami in sutra, it means that word is Purva Nimitta for the Karya to happen. Shashti is the Sara Ramayor the Kari, the place where the Karya happens. So Kari takes Shashti. Karya takes Prathama. And Paranimitta takes Saptami. Okay, let's begin it. So this sutra is Sara Rama Yoho Vishnu Sargo and Vishnu Padante. The current sutra is this one. Sara Rama Yor Vishnu Sargo Vishnu Padante. This was Sara Rama Yor, but we undid the sandhi and it was Sara Rama Yoho. So here, this Vishnu Sargo is Vishnu Sargah. Ada Rama Gopalyor or Nityam. And Vishnu Padante is Vishnu Padante. So Prang Nimittam Tathakari Karya Para Nimittakam. Prang Nimitta, which is Purva Nimitta, takes which is Vibhakti? Panchami, the fifth case. And Tatha Kari. Kari takes Shashti, sixth case. Karyam. Karyam takes first case. Case means Vibhakti. And Paranimitta takes Saptami. Am I right? Yes, Saptami. The seventh case. So it's not compulsory that in every sutra everything has to be there. Sometimes there may not be Prang Nimitta, sometimes there may not be Paranimitta. But Kari and Karya must be there. So this can be optional, Prang Nimitta and Paranimitta, but Kari and Karya has to be there, like, for the Karya to happen. So in this sutra, the Purva Nimitta, there is no Purva Nimitta here. The sixth case, Karya is basically the place where Karya happens. So in this sutra, Sa and Ra, they are Kari, means on Sa and on Ra, the Karya is happening. So this is Kari in this sutra. And when we'll study, actually you have studied Krishna word. So 6.2 of Krishna is Krishna Yoho, if you remember. So Rama is similar to Krishna word. So 6.2 of Ram is Rama Yoho. So this is sixth case. So this is Kari. And that's how you recognize it. So this is Kari. Then Vishnu Sarga, the Karya is first case here. This Vishnu Sarga is like Krishna 1.1. So this is Karya here. And that's how you recognize that, oh, Vishnu Sarga has to be applied at the place of Sa or Ra. And here the Paranimitta is the seventh case. So Vishnu Padante is like 7.1 Krishna. So this is Paranimitta. So like that. So when a when Sa or Ra is situated at the end of a Vishnu Pada, actually this is not Paranimitta. In the sutra, it says, yes, sometimes in place of Paranimitta, there is a Vishaya Saptami. This is like one more substitute to the Paranimitta. So Vishaya Saptami is the Vibhakti has to be in the seventh case, and then it will be considered as Vishaya Saptami. So in this particular case, we'll read about it more. What is Vishaya Saptami? So this is Vishaya Saptami actually. Yes. So here, Sara Ramayoho is Karyi, the place where Karya will happen. And what is Karya? Vishnu Sarga. So just by looking at this Sara Ramayoho Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Padante, one can understand the meaning itself. Any question here?
Karya is activity and Kari is the place.
Okay. Then the next thing is Panchami is used when there is Prang Nimitta. This we have discussed. Shashti when there is a Kari. This we have discussed. Kari is Karyasthan also, where Karya happens. Prathama when there is a Karya, this we have discussed. And Saptami when there is a Vishaya or a Paranimitta. So in this case, this is a Vishaya. Vishaya refers to Vishaya Saptami described in the previous verse. We'll discuss Vishaya more. Sometimes for the sake of exclusion, Nishedha, Dvitiya is used in relation to that which is syntactically connected with the word Vina, where it is impossible for all these elements to exist together. There are at least a few of them. It basically means when, let's say, Vina. For example, the sutra is Sara Ramayor Vishnu Sarga Vishnu Padante. Okay, in the Sandhi chapter, the Vishnu, the Vyanjan Sandhi, the Vishnu Jana Sandhi, Ra Rama tu Harigotram Vina. There was one sutra there, if you remember it till now. Ra Rama tu Harigotram Vina. So this Vina, so sometimes second case is used, as we have used here Harigotram. This is second case 2.1, and we use Vina with it, which means without a Harigotra. So when such exclusions are to be mentioned, then they are mentioned in second case along with the word Vina. Like we had this Harigotram Vina in previous Vishnu Jana Sandhi. So like that, this is also, we can write it as Nishedha. For Nishedha, we use second case plus Vina. Mostly Vina, and sometimes we may not even see Vina like that. And we gave an example here. Ra Ramatu Harigotram Vina. So if we know these things, then we can understand the sutra just by looking at the sutra. not even at the translation. And this we'll discuss more. I'll just go through it about Vishay Saptami, and we'll discuss it more tomorrow. So, is this understandable?
Somewhat little, Guruji.
I'm sorry.
Somewhat little bit, at least we got introduced to the topic. I think as we move ahead, will it become more clear?
Yes, yes. Uh-huh. Okay. It's actually quite technical. Even when I studied it initially, I was like, "Kya hai? Chal kya rahe?" But when I moved ahead, like then I got to know, okay, Panchami is Prang Nimitta.
विश्वास पे आगे बढ़ रहे हैं प्रभु जी, जरूर समझ में आ जाएगा.
Okay.
Actually, these case meanings are not so clear, na? So difficult to connect.
Like even if we cover 2-3 words like Krishna, Hari, and Vishnu, so we'll be somehow familiar with the vibhaktis 1.1, 2.2, 5th case, 6th case, this case, and that case. So then this thing will make more sense. And after we study, let's say 5 words like Krishna, Hari, Vishnu, Pitri, Matri, Sakhi, then we'll come back again here on the same topic and we'll restudy it, because I know that it doesn't make sense at this point of time because we don't know the cases itself. So I just mentioned it for the sake, because Proji Vandivadi asked me that I mentioned in the class that I'll be mentioning it. So I mentioned it, but we'll re-mention it after we cover 3, 4, 5, 6 words like Krishna, Hari, and so on. Okay.
What I could understand is that like the sutras, they always follow a particular like fixed pattern, set sequence.
Yes, yes.
That much I could understand, and some cases are involved in that. But
Okay. इसलिए कोई कुछ बोल नहीं रहे. ठीक है, तो हम आगे बढ़ते हैं. हम ज्यादा इस पर भी समय नहीं बताएंगे, वरना अभी फिर भक्ति का रस भी पीना है हम सबको.
I had one question. This table, ये जो table गया ना अभी,
Which one?
ये वाला,
one?
हाँ. In this Dvitiya, the last one like should be aha or an?
Actually, you can just keep this table for the time being, because in different words, like in Krishna, it takes Krishnan, but in different words, it takes aha even.
Okay.
And in different words, it takes in, like stream 2.3.
Okay.
So like that. So please ignore this table, and I don't know what is the purpose of this table, really.
Oh.
So we did Krishnan, Dashavatara Satrivikramah Shasri Tasmat Sona Pungsi. Moving ahead to next sutra, 158. Aramantah Krishna Sangyaha. It means any nama ending in Arama is called Krishna. So if we say, what is Ram? So Ram is a Krishna word, like that. What is Madhava? Madhava is a Krishna word. When we say Krishna word, means it's ending with Arama. So any nama ending in Arama is called Krishna, as per Jiva Goswami. Aramantah Krishna Sangyaha. Simple.
Like in the beginning of Harinamamrit Vyakaran, there were definitions. So is it here also the words are getting introduced and they will be used later in sutras?
Yeah, so this is a Sangya Sutra. So basically, the major Sangyas were introduced in the first chapter, the Sangya chapter, starting from Narayana, Dubhutoyam Varnakramaha, and Dasha Dashavatara, and so on, Tatrado Chaturdasha Sarveshwara. But the remaining Sangyas will be introduced when they will be in usage. So if Jiva Goswami had mentioned Aramanta Krishna Sangya there itself, so that wouldn't have made much sense to us. But here it does. So whenever there will be a need, he will introduce a new Sangya Sutra. So this is a Sangya Sutra. It's mentioned. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
3.1. So this is 3.1. Krishna. Okay. Did you memorize the Swadi table?
Yes, Prabhuji.
ताभ्याम देश
टाभ्याम्बिस ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई काली माता का पूजन कर रहा है. टाभ्याम्बिस. ओके. किस किसने याद नहीं किया?
Prabhuji, when I was memorizing, my children started wonder what happened. Why is he uttering all these things?
Uttering Chinese.
So, anyway.
Okay. Can you please tell that who didn't memorize yet? सच्चाई से, being honest.
जी लास्ट के दो जो सेट्स है वो थोड़ा और करना है, वो कंफ्यूज हो जा रहा है. पहले का तो हुआ है.
आप पर्सनली चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं if you feel embarrassed किया या नहीं किया करके.
इसमें एम्बैरेसमेंट का और तो क्या है.
बट स्टिल मतलब अगर किसी को लगता है कि तो प्लीज इसको कर लीजिए याद, क्योंकि अदरवाइज हम जो भी कृष्णा केसेस जो पढ़ रहे हैं भक्ति हम याद नहीं रख पाएंगे. तो इस हफ्ते हम छोड़ते हैं. नेक्स्ट मंडे तक प्लीज इसको याद कर लीजिए. आपके पास पूरा वीक है. अदरवाइज मुझे एक टेस्ट, जबरदस्ती एक टेस्ट बनाना पड़ेगा, फिर उसमें आपको याद करना ही पड़ेगा. और फिर मैं ऐसे टॉर्चर नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. तो प्लीज मेमोराइज इट. कृष्णा टा. ठीक है. 3.1. कृष्ण. ये कीर्तन कहाँ चल रहा है? कृष्णात टा इनः. कृष्णात इज पंचमी विभक्ति, पूर्व निमित्त. आफ्टर अ कृष्णा, टा इनः. इना इज प्रथमा विभक्ति, कार्य प्रथमा, and Krishnat is Panchami, and Ta is supposed to be Shashti, but it's not. But anyways, Krishna Ta Ina means after a Krishna, Ta is replaced by Ina. So Krishna Ta Ina is applied by Sutra. Ta is supposed to be Shashti Vibhakti. Kari. Kari. The Karya Sthan. So Krishna and Ta becomes Ina by Sutra 159. 59. So it becomes Ina. And then which sutra will be applied here? Sandhi. Sutra.
Advay midvay a.
Advay Midvay. Krishnena. And that's how we get Krishnena 3.1. Okay. Then 3.2 is Krishna. What is next? Ta. And then
भ्याम
Dhyam. So this Ta, ideally it should be ending with Shashti Vibhakti, but Jiva Goswami is saying something here. Ta is a word whose Shashti Vishnu Bhakti has been deleted on the strength of the sutra and which for the sake of clarity does not undergo sandhi. So in this case, the Shashti Vibhakti of ka has been deleted originally by the author itself, and he's specifically mentioning here. The next word is Krishna and Dhyam. Krishnasya Trivikramo Gopale. So Gopala is again reappearing here. He will not छोड़ेंगे नहीं गोपाला में जब तक व्याकरण खत्म नहीं होगी. Krishnasya Trivikramo Gopale. It means the final of Krishna becomes Trivikrama when a Gopala follows. So the final of Krishna becomes Trivikrama when a Gopal follows. It means, what is Gopala? Anyone?
Gopala is
Harigada,
Harigada, Harighosh, Harivenu, Harimitra.
So this Bha is one of the Gopala. This is Harighosha actually. If you Ka Kha Ga Gha, Gha Jha Dha Dha Bha, they are Harighosha, and it is a Gopala. So when a Gopala is a Para Nimitta, you see this Gopala is 7th case, and the Para Nimitta takes the 7th case as per those sutras, those shlokas. So Gopala is Para Nimitta here, 7th case, and Krishnasya is 6th case, which means Krishnasya is the Kari, the place where the Karya will happen. And Trivikrama is first case, means Trivikrama is the Karya. It basically means when a Gopala is lying afterwards as a Paranimitta, the Purvan, the of Krishna becomes Trivikrama, like this. And when we join it, it becomes Krishna Dhyam. Got it? When it says Krishnasya, it means Eka Varna Vidhir Ante Pravartate. In accordance with the maxim Eka Varna Vidhir Ante Pravartate in this Vriti, we understand that although the words of the sutra literally say a Krishna becomes Trivikrama when a Gopala follows, the actual meaning is that the final of Krishna, this is I think some printing mistake, the final of Krishna becomes Trivikrama when a Gopala follows. So here the whole Krishna doesn't become Trivikrama. The final letter of Krishna, which is the letter A in this case, becomes Trivikrama. So this is the meaning of Krishnasya Trivikrama Gopala. And thus it becomes Krishna Bhyam by applying this sutra 160. Is that clear?
Yes.
एक बार दोबारा समझाता हूँ इसको. अगर हमारे पास कृष्णा वर्ड है तो बाद में भ्याम है, तो भ is a Gopala, and when Gopala follows as a Paranimitta, so the A of Krishna becomes Trivikrama. So it becomes Krishna Bhyam. The Trivikrama of A is the long A. It cannot be the Trivikrama E. If it was short E, then the Trivikrama of short E would be the long E. But here the Trivikrama of short will be there, which is the long A. So thus it becomes Krishna Bhyam. Then 3.3 is Krishna. What is next? Ta, Bhyam, and
His.
Hiss. It's like hissing sound. Hiss. Okay. This is also interesting. So mostly for making all the forms, for each form, 3.2, 3.3, we have got separate sutras. So even for this one, we have a separate sutra, which is 161. Krishna Bhis Ais. After a Krishna, word Bhis is replaced by Ais. Krishna Bhisa Ais. After a Krishna, Bhis is replaced by Ais. So applying Sutra 161. Actually, it is very simple. Just like it's very informative and so many sutras at one time. For each form to make, we have to apply some sutras. That's why initially it looks little technical and harder, but it's really a fun and it's very easy actually. And after some time, you will love doing this thing. Means, personally, I do love it. So this is replaced by Ais by this sutra. So it becomes Ais. And then, which will be the next sutra applied? Anyone?
Sara Rama Vishnu
No,
Sargo.
no, 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 no. It has not yet become a Vishnu Pada.
Oh, okay. And I.
Where Sa becomes Visarga.
No, no, no. That will be afterwards. First of all, we have to combine Krishna and Ais. Which sutra?
A I
Yeah.
Ad
Yes.
It
Edvai
Edvai
Ai.
Mai. Edvai Ai.
Edvai Ai. So it will be Krishnais by Edvai Ai. And then Sara Rami or Vishnu Sargo Vishnu Padante. And then we'll get Krishnai. And thus we get Krishnai. Sara Rami or Vishnu Sargo Vishnu Padante, because Sa is situated at the end of a Vishnu Pada. So it is a Vishnu Padanta. Vishnu Padasya Anta iti Vishnu Padanta. So it becomes Sara Rami or Vishnu Sargo Krishnai. Okay. ऐश्वर्या माता जी समझ में आ रहा है?
बहुत थोड़ा थोड़ा आ रहा है पहले। आ रहे बाबू जी, आ रहे हैं।
ओके। श्याम गोपाल प्रभु जी?
प्रभु आ रहा है।
हाँ ठीक है। तो 4.1 कृष्ण, what is the fourth one? Smo uja samosha stabhyam bis. Anyone?
Ne.
Debhyam bis.
Yeah, that difficult to be pronounced word. And ne. So Krishna and ne. Okay, a new sutra for this one even. Krishnat ner yah. After a Krishna, ne is replaced by ya. Very simple. So we apply 162 sutra and we replace ne with ya by this sutra like that.
So Prabhu, like for every different ending,
Yes.
we have like 7 cases and then 7 into 3. So we will have 21 sutras like that for every different kind of ending.
No. Means initially, means not every case will take, not every form will take sutras, new sutras. Some they will and some they will follow the previous styles, the previous sutras. It depends actually. So, and the rest of the thing will be disclosed when we study further. So Krishna and Ya. So Ya is a Gopala. So Krishna se Trivikrama Gopale, again 160 sutra. Means if really someone studies Vyakaran, his brain will really start working. You know, I feel that. And Krishna se Trivikrama Gopale. So A becomes A because Ya is a Gopala. Harigada Harivenu, Harigada Harighosha Harivenu Harimitrani Hashta Gopala. And Ya is Harimitrani. So Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraya Paramatmane or Devaki Nandanaya, whatever. Okay. Okay, just last thing. This is easy. 4.2 we have done Krishna Bhyam here. So I'll just copy paste from here. This is same. Krishna and Bhyam, Me Bhyam Bhyas. So Krishnabhyam and Krishnasya Trivikrama Gopale. So Krishnabhyam. So we did 4 forms today, and I think tomorrow we'll cover it, complete the full Krishna word. Any questions?
बाबूजी 3.3 में कृष्ण है कैसे हो गया?
हाँ, तो पहले था कृष्णा और प्रत्यय लगाया भिस, टाभ्याम भिस. उसके बाद हमने सूत्र लगाया 161 जो है कृष्णाद भिस ऐस, which means that भिस is replaced by ऐस, this thing. And then we applied edvai ai, which means if edvai follows advai, then they will combine and it will result into ai. So it became ai, and sa is situated at the end. So Sara, Rami or Vishnu Sarga will be applied by sutra. Which is that sutra? Sara, Rami, number
155.
155. And then it became Krishna.
जी बाबूजी.
और किसी को कुछ पूछना हो तो पूछ सकते हैं.
प्रभु 4.3.
4.3 ठीक है, 4.3 कर ही लेते हैं, लाइक बीच में क्या छोड़ना. कृष्ण सोभ्यस. कृष्णस्य ए वैष्णवे बहुत्वे. What is Vaishnava? Now please don't give me Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's answer, one who chants one name and like that.
मुझे
What was
भा
Huh?
Hari Gotra plus Vishnu Jana.
Vishnu Dasa Harigotrani Vaishnava,
Dasa.
right?
Yeah.
Vishnu Dasa plus Harigotra is equal to Vaishnava.
Vaishnav.
So Krishnasya in Bahuvachana, in plural case only, and Bhyas is a plural case, 4.3. So in a plural case, the final A of Krishna becomes A when a Vaishnava follows. What was that? Vishnu Dasa Harigotrani. So Bha is a Vishnu Dasa. Bha is a Vishnu Dasa. What Vishnu Dasas? What does it comprise of? Hari Kamala, Hari Khadga, Hari Gada, and Hari Ghosha. These 4 rows, columns or rows, whatever. They are counted as Vishnu Dasas, columns. So, seeing this Vaishnava following, this A becomes A. So it becomes A, and then we combine together Bhyas, Krishna Bhyas, by this sutra number 163. And then we apply which sutra?
Sara Ram.
Yeah, see, in just 1 or 2 classes, you became familiar with Sara Rami or Vishnu Sarga, Vishnu Nante. Krishna Bhya. Like that. Okay? ठीक है? तो व्याकरण आज इतना ही करते हैं, क्योंकि हम नहीं चाहते कि अब हम सब हॉरर फिल्म में आ जाए. क्योंकि इनिशियली ये बहुत डरावना जैसा लगता है, मुझे तो लगा था. Because generally we are used to study and hear like directly about Krishna consciousness and bhakti, and when we are to study the forms, the grammar, and pratyaya like ois, me, the pronunciation even is difficult for what. So initially it takes a little guts, I'll say. Okay, so it's time for some rasa now. So last time we had covered till here prayoga, vartaman prayoga, which meant that jayati, vidur jayati verb is used in vartaman, in present tense. So what was the meaning of using it in present tense? Tatha cha pramanani vijaya ratha kutumbe ityadav. Actually, someone can make notes of these tikas because I think means I didn't see anyone who had made notes on the tika of Jiva Goswami's commentary on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and we can even make slideshow, and it will be really helpful when we preach or for ourselves. So Jiva Goswami, he had given 4 instances or 4 statements or 4 reasonings that how Krishna is mentioned, how Vidhu, the word Vidhu is in specific mentioned in relationship with Krishna directly and not with other Samanya Bhagavad Avirbhav or Samanya Bhagavad Avatar. So first reason was that he even gives liberation to the asuras, the demons. The second reason was that he surpasses everyone, the Jiva Tattvas and even the Vishnu Tattvas, and he is a Samordhva, above everyone, and no one is equal to him. The third reason was that he bestows happiness to everyone, and it's not just the material happiness, it's not just Brahma Sukha, but it includes even the happiness derived from Krishna Prema, from the loving devotional service to Krishna. So only Krishna can do that, which is even mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Anarpita Charim Chirat, that only Krishna directly can deliver it. And the fourth reason was that he is Swayam Bhagavan. Now Jiva Goswami will be giving references from the Bhagavatam and other scriptures substantiating each of these 4 points. So first point was Asuranam api mukti pradatvena, that he gives liberation even to the demons. So the reference for this is Vijaya Ratha Kutumbe Ityado Yam Iha Niriksha Hata Gata Swarupam. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, and let's see it in Vedabase.
Bhishma Dev.
Yeah, this is Bhishma Dev speaking. Vijaya Ratha. Yeah, Vijaya Ratha Kutumbe here. At the moment of death, let my ultimate attraction be to Shri Krishna, Bhishma Deva Vacha, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon Arjuna's chariot driver, who stood with a whip in his right hand and a bridle rope in his left, and who was very careful to give protection to Arjuna's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. This is the point which is Jiva Goswami is making here. Yam iha nirikshya hata gataha swaram. That everyone, including the demons, who saw Krishna while living their bodies, or his body, they attained their swarupa. It was either merging into Brahman, or it was either getting entrance into Vaikuntha maximum. So this is Asuranam api mukti pradatvena. This is a reference for that one. So actually very nice, like Jiva Goswami is substantiating his points with references. So this is the first point. Then second point is he surpasses everyone, including including all the demigods, all the Lokpalas and everyone. So for the second point, he gives a shloka from Bhagavatam. Swayam tva samyatishrayas tadhishaha swarajya lakshmyapta samasta kamaha balim haradbhish chiraloka palai kirita koti dita padapita. Okay, first of all, did you understand this verse? Because here Jiva Goswami didn't mention the full verse. He just gave the first reference, the starting of the verse from Vijaya Ratha Kutumbe, like here. And then he just mentioned the last line because this was the last line which he meant to mention. So that's why he didn't mention the full shloka. Then second is Ityado. Yeah, Vijayaratha Kutumbe Ityado means the rest of the part of the shloka, means the second and the third pada, and then he gives the fourth pada, Yamihya Niriksha, like that. So the second reference is, for the second point, Swayam tu asamya, that Lord Krishna Swayam, he himself is asamya. He is not samanya, he is not sadharan, he is asamanya. He is special. Atishaya. Okay, let's read the translation from Prabhupada. Swayam. Samya. Samyati. Okay.
If we make it 2, then we are getting.
Yeah. Here it is actually. This is Canto 3, Chapter 2, Text 21. Lord Shri Krishna is the Lord of all kinds of trees. Actually, this was quite interesting when I read it. You know, when we were undoing the Sandhis, I don't know who was reading it. I think Pundrik Vidyanidhi or maybe Shrikant Prabhu. Then there was a discussion that whether it is Stri Adhishaha or Tri Adhishaha. Like, so it is not Stri Adhishaha, it is Tri Adhisha here. And Prabhupada wonderfully translates it as, who is the Lord of all kinds of trees. Now trees can be Triloka, trees can be the three modes of nature, and trees can be Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesha. Lot of trees actually in the Shastras. Any trees? Any more trees in the scriptures?
3-4 Tripad Vibhuti.
Okay, Tripad Vibhuti. Like that. Huh?
3 Vishnus.
Yeah, even 3 Vishnus.
Mind, body, and soul. Our mind,
Yeah,
body.
mind, body, soul, and so on. Someone is mentioning Lalita, Vishakha, and Radharani.
Many commentaries will come right now.
Yeah, we have many acharyas in our class. Future acharyas. So anyhow, so he is the Lord of all kinds of trees. Like without looking at the translation, I took it in the way that he is the master of all the 3 planetary systems, because generally 3 is mentioned specifically to the 3 planetary systems. But when I saw Prabhupada's translation, so I was like, okay, Prabhupada is translated. Please. And he is, so Swayam, he himself is unique, asamya. He's not general, he's unique. He is Atishaya, he's greater, the Lord of the trees. Swarajya Lakshmi Apta, that he is independently supreme. And he achieves all fortune. This Apta word is actually very interesting. Apta means Prapta. You know, if we add the Upasarga, Pra to Apta, it becomes Prapta. This is an Upasarga, Pra, and Apta. So, Dashaptaras, what is that sutra? Ekatmaka Militva Trivikma. And it becomes Prapta, which means to obtain. So, Apta means to obtain. One more further, one more word which we generally use, but generally we don't know the exact meaning. That is Samapta. Generally, Samapta is used as to finish something, you know. Okay, मैं आज का प्रवचन समाप्त करता हूँ. You know, I finish my talk here. But actually, it is not finished. If we break it down, then it becomes Samapta. And if we undo the samasa here, the compound, it becomes Samyak Rupena Aptaha Praptaha iti. That the matter, the subject which is obtained, which is assimilated, understood, samyak rupena, properly, that is samapta actually. So this is like, apta. So this is apta Lakshmi, Lakshmi apta. Sometimes in the Bhagavatam, the word is even used apta kama. If anyone has ever come through it. Apta kama, kama means one whose all desires are obtained or fulfilled. So, and that is Lord Shri Krishna. And also the Atma Ramas can be mentioned as apta kama. They are done with all the desires and they no more have any material desires, so to say. So that is apta kama. So Lakshmi apta, so he is the reservoir of all the fortune. Samasta kama, that all the desires are fulfilled, achieved. Balim, Balim, Balim Haradbhihi Chiraloka Palai. Haradbhihi is one who offers, bestows, not bestows here, offers. Balim is not the Bali of Kali Mata. Bali generally means a gift, upahara, offering, a tribute, gift, oblation. So, though Chiraloka Palai, Lokpal means the maintainers of the order of creation of all the planetary systems. Chira means those who are the Lokpalas from a long period or long span of time. They offer the Bali to such Shri Krishna. And Kirit Kotya. Kotya, what is the original word for Kotya? Anyone?
Koti.
Koti.
Koti. Koti means millions and thousands and crores. And Kirita means Mukut, helmet. Actually, to translate Mukut as helmet is like, helmet is like when we ride on bike, we use helmet. But English is such, I mentioned it in the last class. To translate exactly is quite difficult. So, but we have to wear words like helmet. In cricket, when they play cricket, so they wear helmet. On bike, they wear helmet. But mukuts, they are special actually. Mukuts are mukuts. So, Kirit Kotya Idita Pada Pitha. Pada is the feet and Pitha is like Pitha is the place. I'll say the place actually here. So they offer their prayers at the feet of Lord Krishna and they literally bow down and they touch their helmets, the million of helmets unto Shri Krishna's feet. So Lord Shri Krishna is the Lord of all kinds of threes and is independently, supreme by achievement of all kinds of fortune. He is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of the creation who offer him the paraphernalia of worship by touching their millions of helmets to his feet. भगवान को कितना दर्द होता होगा जब इतने सारे मुकुट टकराते होंगे. But anyway, the main point is he is worshipped by the eternal maintainers of creation, which shows that he surpasses everyone in opulence, in majesty, which was the second point mentioned in the commentary. Swavaibhava Atikranta Sarvatvena. And like that. So actually time is over and I have to do another services. So I really ask forgiveness that we went slow. But we did 2 shlokas and points. So any question, any comment? Otherwise we'll stop here. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.